There are some places on Earth that feel unreal, even though they exist in reality. Places where you can see daylight, but cannot truly feel the sun. Where a single breath of cold air feels like it is slicing through your lungs like a knife. Among such places, there is one that stands out, a place where nature seems to challenge the entire Earth itself. That place is Antarctica, the coldest place on the planet. This is not an ordinary land. Here, 98% of the surface is not soil, but ice. Layers of ice that have been frozen for thousands of years, stretching across thousands of miles. In 2018, satellites revealed a terrifying truth. The lowest temperature ever recorded on Earth was found here, 98.6 degrees Celsius. The temperature is so extreme that if you stand here and breathe, your lungs could literally freeze. You may wonder, can anything exist in such a place? Yes, there are scientific missions here that reveal something extraordinary. Beneath this ice lies the history and future of Earth. At Vostok Station in East Antarctica, a Russian-operated research base, scientists drilled deep into the ice to extract air that is hundreds of thousands of years old. Air bubbles trapped in the ice layers allow them to understand what Earth's climate was like thousands of years ago. Every step here, every breath is a struggle. The human body slowly breaks down. The mind struggles to adapt. Yet science never stops. Beneath the ice lies the story of creation, where you can open a freezer of time and see how Earth has cried, warmed, cooled, and trembled over millions of years. Antarctica is not just an ice-covered land. It is a mirror showing us where we came from and where we are going. But a question remains. Can humans really survive in this frozen kingdom? The answer is yes, and it begins here, where the sun does not rise for 6 months and ice is the only ground. How do humans survive in such a place? Antarctica is not just a test of nature, it is a battlefield of human endurance, mental strength, and scientific determination. A normal day at the South Pole Station. Temperature minus 65 degrees Celsius, winds 50 kilometers per hour. No sunlight in the sky, only a dark bluish-gray stillness. Researchers wake up at 6 a.m. and first check whether it is even safe to go outside. One wrong step can mean death. They wear thermal suits, heated gloves, triple-layer boots, and protective goggles. Still, even 3 minutes with bare skin exposed can turn it black, as if burned, but by cold fire. Snowstorms here are not just fear, they are an existential threat. In March 2009, 2 researchers went outside for 40 minutes to fix equipment. The sky was clear, but within minutes, everything turned into a white blur. They could not tell up from down. Only by holding on to a rope did they manage to return. Otherwise, they would have been lost forever under the ice. This is not just the cruelty of nature, it is also a psychological test. Darkness, isolation, and extreme cold combined into a mental storm. Human beings prefer warm environments, but here days pass in loneliness. Some write diaries, some write letters to family far away because internet is extremely slow compared to the rest of the world. So why do people risk their lives in such a harsh environment for science? Because beneath this ice lies the future of Earth. Scientists analyze trapped air bubbles, cosmic radiation from the sun, and UV data to understand global warming. This data tells us whether our cities will exist in the next 100 years, how much sea levels will rise, and whether we will survive. This is not just science, it is a fight for human survival. In this icy land, people do not live just to survive the present, but to protect future generations. They know their sacrifice today may mean safety tomorrow. And so, Antarctica slowly reveals its truth.
the ice is melting. Scientists say that in the last 30 years, the rate of ice loss has tripled. Every second, nearly 103,000 tons of ice are melting. If this continues, what will happen? If all Antarctic ice melts, sea levels could rise by about 60 meters, drowning major cities across the world. This ice is not just frozen water, it is Earth's protective shield. It reflects sunlight, regulates temperature, controls rainfall, and supports ecosystems. Animals are losing their habitats. Penguins and seals may not know where they will survive next winter. Nature has given us a chance. Will we protect this frozen shield, or will its destruction consume our own existence? Solutions exist, science exists, knowledge exists. If there is will, there is a way. But time is short. Every moment is a decision. This is not just the story of Antarctica. It is the story of us, the story of our Earth. If we do not wake up now, the future will say, they saw it, they knew it, but they did nothing.
But the story doesn't end here. In this silent kingdom of ice, there are mysteries hidden that are still not fully understood. Scientists believe that Antarctica is not just about the past and present. Something hidden here could change the future of technology, even the definition of life itself. Beneath several kilometers of ice lie massive lakes that have never seen sunlight. One of the most mysterious among them is Lake Vostok. This lake has been completely isolated for nearly 15 million years. Imagine a place with no light, no air, yet there is still a possibility of life. When scientists first began drilling there, they were not just cutting through ice, they were opening the door to an unknown world. A question arose: could there be unknown, alien-like life forms? Because if life can survive in such extreme conditions, then perhaps life could exist on icy planets in space as well. That is why NASA and other major space agencies are using Antarctica as a testing ground to understand the possibility of life beyond Earth. It is like exploring space while standing on Earth. But alongside this mystery, there is also a darker side. Beneath the ice lie ancient viruses and bacteria that have been dormant for thousands of years. Scientists warn that if this ice melts rapidly, these ancient microbes could become active again. We have already seen how COVID-19 brought the entire world to a standstill. Now imagine, what if an unknown virus from thousands of years ago is suddenly released? Are we prepared? That is why Antarctica is not just a story of cold, it is a combination of risk and possibility. Scientists here are not only collecting data, they're trying to prevent future disasters. At the same time, this ice also gives us hope. From ancient air samples, scientists have learned that Earth has faced major changes many times before, and each time, nature has found a way to rebuild itself. That means there is still hope. But that hope depends on our actions. The choices we make today, vehicle emissions, factory pollution, deforestation, all directly affect this distant frozen land. Strangely enough, even a small decision made in Dhaka can impact the ice of Antarctica. Because this planet is not separate, everything is connected. Think about this. When an iceberg breaks off into the ocean, it is not just a chunk of ice, it is a signal. A warning. Nature is telling us, I am changing, you must change too. But are we listening? Or are we too busy with our own lives? One day we may wake up to find that the city we grew up in is gone. The rivers we played beside, submerged under the sea. The history we were proud of, lost beneath the water. And by then, it will be too late. So the time is now. Small changes, using less electricity, planting trees, reducing pollution,
These small actions are the beginning of big change. Because the future does not arrive suddenly like a storm. It is built slowly by the decisions we make today. Antarctica is our final warning. It is telling us there is still time, but not much. And the final question is for you. Do you want to be the generation that saved the Earth, or the one that lost it forever? The choice is yours.